Hey everybody, welcome back to Green Hell. I'm planning on making this one a fairly short episode in between this and the next one. The plan is for this one is to basically just show off the metal stuff. I've gone to the trouble of building this little mud brick area, and I have myself a furnace and a forge. Inside the furnace I've already basically burnt all of the wood that I put in there, which has produced an absolute ton of charcoal. Some interesting sounds there with it saying I'm hitting the leaves nearby. That's fine. You can then load up, and unfortunately it doesn't do it automatically. You basically have to manually manhandle it in there. But you can load up all the charcoal until this is full. We are going to light this, but down the bottom there is an extra point where I can take a tin can, or I can use the ore. I should be able to put iron ore in the bottom. The pigs always freak me out here. How is my firelighter going? This might break, but we'll find out. Bitch! Oh, that's going to last. Good enough. Alright, let's get this metal going. Ignite the forge. Alright, so it's going to take a while, but the end result of this is I am going to get some metal out of it. And from there, we'll show what we can make. Now, while we wait for that to cook up, metal can actually be found throughout the game world, even as early as the start area. You find it generally in caves as raw iron nodes, and you'll be looking for basically like a reddish piece in the wall, and the reddish piece needs to actually have something inside it. There is an empty iron node as well as a full iron node, and you'll use a pick to be able to harvest that. The other way, which is also quite as simple, is when you get to the villages and man-made structures, you can occasionally find tins of food, or even tins that have actually been eaten already, and you can then smelt them down and get the metal as well. If you build yourself a mud brick maker, all you have to do is go to a nearby river, pick up some mud, and it will give you the recipes to do this. You harvest a mud brick, and I can't actually hold them because it's my inventory's a little bit out of whack. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I want molds. Okay, we're up to the next part. I have a mold, I have a piece of metal, and in my bag I've actually created a stone blade, and this seems to be the one that you really need. You can't use a bone blade, you can't use other bits and pieces. This is specifically the one you want. So you take your mold, you take your item that you want to make a mold out of, and a piece of metal ore, and then you can craft this. Bam! What I now have is a blade mold. But just like the metal, when you are actually smelting the metal, you can actually smelt your tool in the same fashion. So again, I need to do this all over again. However, there's a few other items, as we talked about. Basically, you can craft... Oh, hang on. Grab a piece of metal. Never forget the little piece of metal that has to happen. Take an arrow, and you make an arrow mold. That will actually make 3 arrows. So you get 3 metal arrowheads out of using that for one piece of metal. This stone axe is actually not a normal stone axe. Or I should say it's like the basic stone axe. You take one piece of stone and one piece of wood and you make a stone axe. Whereas the better stone axe is actually 2 pieces of stone, 1 wood and a bit of the rope. However, once again, I need that little piece of metal. Kill, craft, mold, metal, and you end up getting an axe mold. And so now I can basically make a metal axe head. So we've got arrows, we've got blades, we have, sorry, what do we got? Blades, arrows, axes, and the last piece is the armor. So I should have one. I do have another. I can get craft. So again, we need to get ourselves a piece of metal. Craft, empty mold, and a stick. It's a really odd one that it is a stick, but that's what it is. You use a stick to make a mold, and you have an armor mold. Okay, one of my armor molds has, one of my molds has finished. We pick up the blade mold, look at it, expand, harvest, and I now have a metal cast blade. Might as well chuck the armor one in there, and we just got to keep feeding charcoal in. The molds end up being a little bit faster than a lot of the others, but I probably should go and find... I did just knock down a tree recently. Stick, 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 stick. Plank, 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 plank. There it is there. Craft. We should be able to take our metal blade with a rope. Now I have a metal spear. It's very good. Ditch that one. Pick that one up. Done. We have a metal spear. One nice thing that I just found out is that the armor mold actually made 2 pieces of armor. And given that you need 3 pieces of armor to craft, having 2 for 1 piece of metal is actually better than I thought. Alright, well, it's now at the point where I have cast everything that I wanted to. I am a little bit short on metal, as it turns out, for everything that I possibly want, but that's fine. We'll work with that. I'll get more as I go along. So, an axe, stick, metal, and done. We now have a metal axe. We'll swap that over. We then obviously want a stick and a knife blade and a rope. We end up with a metal pickaxe. We swap that over for the stone one that I have. Oops. Pick that back up again. Metal pickaxe. Done. So we've got a metal spear already. The bow we're just going to leave as is. The last one is the knife. Oh, I guess simple stuff. Metal blade. Yeah, why not? Done. And there we go. We got a full suite of metal tools. Now, the one thing that I don't have, and I've obviously got 2 metal cast armors, but the only problem is I need 3, and that's where I'm saying I'm short, right? So if I had 1 more metal armor, I believe you actually combine 3 metal with a rope and a banana leaf, and you will get 1 armor piece. And so you would obviously then need 12 cast armor pieces, 4 ropes, 4 banana leaves, and you can outfit yourself completely with metal armor. And I've got some armadillo shells, so I'm going to use those in the meantime. And then I guess the last thing to do is ammunition. So with a metal arrowhead, we don't use the existing arrows that we have. We actually have to make brand new ones. And it's a little bit more full on. So the metal arrowhead, you need rope to secure it to your stick, and instead of a single feather, you need 2 feathers. And then you end up with a metal arrow. And I'm going to have to do that basically a number of times over, just to use up all of the arrowheads that I have. I'm probably going to have to go and find some more sticks and some more rope, but that's really not too difficult to do. But at the end of the day, that is how you basically get all of the available metal tools and armor. And given that I'm right at the very, very start of the game, I'm very happy to have it. It's going to put me in good stead for basically continuing on the story. So hopefully this has been useful to you, and you can put this to good use when you're playing the game, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. See you later.